So, you know what I love?
Oh, okay. Hang on. Ice cream
Yep.
and monkeys
Yep.
and scotch
Yep.
and tabletop board games
Yep.
and miniatures and like painting miniatures.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I'm looking to get back into it.
And
Seasonal things.
getting freaky in the sheets.
You've been talking to my wife, haven't you?
Yeah. We had our weekly phone call last night just to discuss you and your bedroom habits. Sounds like you're doing a good job. Anyways, hello and welcome.
Hello
To the Movie Man podcast. That is Carl.
This is Brady over here.
And what do you love? What are you?
I like
what are you
eggnog.
Eggnog. Oh yeah, me too, man.
And as I was pouring myself a glass here before we started recording, it hit me. I think one of the reasons eggnog is so special to a lot of people, myself included, is because it is seasonal. It
creates the want.
It just out of nowhere, it appears on store shelves around sometime in the fall. And then as soon as December ends, it just disappears.
Wow. I know it seems like it's out of nowhere, but if you ask me sometime when we have time to sit and chat, I'll explain supply chains to you, but
but you know what I mean.
It's less magical
and yeah,
than
it creates
you seem to think
it creates a want. All of a sudden it shows up. You're not really thinking about it or expecting it. You're walking down the milk aisle and it's just there. And you're just like, "Oh man, I haven't had that in forever." I mean, it's only been 8 months, but 9 months, but it feels like forever.
Man, the fact that you and I used to just sit and we would each have our own liter of eggnog. And we would just watch a movie and drink a liter of eggnog each. That's so gross.
Do you? And I'm not feeling this way about Andor, but in terms of like Star Wars, the Star Wars content we're getting, the Marvel content we're getting, like, do you ever feel like you need a break? A break would make you appreciate what you're getting more.
I've been feeling that way recently. So people have been saying that about Marvel for a while, that Marvel's like become oversaturated.
Yeah.
And I didn't really agree. I didn't disagree, but I wasn't feeling Marvel fatigue until like literally 2 weeks ago, maybe. And I was like, you know what? It's not as special as it used to be. It's not as special when a movie's coming out because there's always something Marvel happening.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm there with Star Wars yet, simply because there is a drought when it comes to the films. And there isn't always there's always access to something Star Wars because there's between all the shows and stuff, there's such a back catalog now, but there isn't always. There's never a moment basically when there's not a Marvel thing premiering or coming out next week or whatever.
Yeah, there's Star always Wars something is still new Marvel right now.
Yeah, Star Wars is still a little more sparse, and Star Wars has also been a little more hit and miss for me. Yeah, I think.
As a lot of people.
So there's some Star Wars stuff, admittedly, like I have to, and I will get caught up on a lot of it. But like I didn't finish Boba Fett. Right? So because I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, I watched 2 episodes and then like listened to the buzz that everyone was saying about the other episodes or the season as a whole. And I was just like, okay, well, this isn't worth my time. So I think even like, whereas with Marvel, if it's out, I'm watching it. That's not always necessarily true entirely with Star Wars. And so I think just my own moderation of Star Wars consumption has kept me from feeling that fatigue. Yeah. But I do get how, I do get the potential for it for sure.
Yeah. So like Star Wars is, I think, a really good example of how it's gone from kind of this eggnog separation to this like, now it's just milk. We're in that it's available all the time.
Blue milk.
We're like episode 6, Return of the Jedi, came out in 83. So like the year before I was born. So I grew up with the original trilogy, but I wasn't alive when they came out in theaters.
Right.
So
but you're not about to tell me that you want a 17-year
time before episode 1 came out in 99.
Yeah.
Right? Which I would have been 99. I would have been in grade 9. I would have been 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And then I got to live that sort of Star Wars experience in the theater through episode 1 through 3.
Yeah.
But then there was another big wait up till 2015 for another film franchise. And in between all that, there wasn't a lot of TV.
Not a crazy amount, no.
We
still had Clone Wars going.
Between original trilogy and episode 1, there were a few TV shows in the late 80s
that we don't talk about.
Ewoks. There were a few spin-off Ewok movies. None of them were super great and memorable.
I think referring to the Ewok movies as not super great is quite generous.
But okay, so then we get episode 1 through 3. And we get an animated film that Dave Filoni co-directed and led with George Lucas. And then we get the Clone Wars TV show and a bunch of other kind of some TV show stuff in between there to fill it out. But in terms of the market of consuming Star Wars material, it's not oversaturated.
No.
Once Disney has taken control of Star Wars, it hasn't become oversaturated to the point of Marvel, I'll agree, but they're trying. They're trying to get to that point. They want to be there. Like they're trying to put out a movie as frequently as they can, new TV show content as frequently as they can. And it's just, yeah. So I don't think I feel like, and I'm just saying, I just thought of this because I was drinking eggnog and I thought, why do I love eggnog so much? And I think this is one of the reasons why, because it's not like milk. I like drinking milk. I drink a fair bit of milk, but it doesn't it's the same vibe as when I'm drinking eggnog. And I think it's because of that gap. And I think, yeah, there's that fatigue. And I fear just a thought process I'm having.
You're also just a
Star Wars
lazy
fatigue.
consumer, though, because you could make your own eggnog like year round if you really wanted it.
I could.
Yeah.
I could. But who thinks about wanting to drink eggnog in the middle of a hot summer day?
You?
You don't crave eggnog on a hot summer day.
I'm sure you have.
It's like
I'm sure
you'll end up like what's a Ron Burgundy? Oh, milk was a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're not. I mean, so what is the sweet spot though? Because you're not telling me that you want a 17 or a 10-year wait between Star Wars properties.
For a film, I think so. For film,
17
for sure.
years. You don't want. So it's been what, 2 years since we've had a Star Wars film. You're telling me you don't want another Star Wars film for another 15 years.
If I get something with the same quality of 1 through 3, yeah.
Get out of my house.
Yeah, I would wait 10 years to and just be happy with a TV show at once every little while.
Man, I don't even.
I'm watching a lot of Star Wars TV right now.
Yeah, so maybe it's your own fault. You're oversaturating yourself.
Yeah, that's true. But my point, I still would stand either way.
All right, that's fair. We're here to talk about Andor.
Yeah, Andor.
Yeah, which listen, I think that we can. This episode, I think, lends itself to the same format that we used last week because there's enough
definitely
different stuff going on.
Speaking of, I think we'll do the same format for today. I think as that we did last week too.
But
in terms of like the cinematography,
I like it. I know. I was watching it.
I don't like it, so
I know
quite a bit. I'm not. I
was watching it this week. I was watching it this week, and I was like, I was watching it through the lens of Carl, going, oh, he's bitching and moaning right now for sure. But I like it. I don't know. It works for me, and I don't find it that. See, I also like. I kind of had to look for it because I don't find it that much different than any storytelling that's got a couple of different plots going on at the same time and only has 30 minutes to relay it. I
feel like there's a specific sequence of scene cuts here that I think kind of accent what I'm talking about and what I'm complaining about.
All right, so go ahead.
This is
complain about the thing you just said you weren't going to complain about.
Well, I think this just accents what my complaint about the scene jumping.
All right.
There's a point in time in this episode. We're doing episode 9. Nobody's listening for those that are following along. There's a point in time where we're in the prison with Andor and his table mates. And some stuff's happening. And then we get this really quick cut to Bix and she's just kind of shivering in the corner. It's like a 5-10 second max scene. And then we jump right back to Andor in the prison. And really, realistically, only a few, from what seems to me, only a few moments have passed.
I would be willing to bet a large sum of money that it's longer than 10 or 15 seconds.
It wasn't very long. There's no dialogue.
It's at least
she's just sitting there. To me, the scene doesn't add anything.
Okay. All right.
And it takes away from why did we not just stay with Andor here?
Well,
why did we not just get a cut to Andor and his table mates a few minutes down the line?
Your feedback has been received, and I will make sure that it reaches the appropriate.
You tell the higher ups.
Yeah, I will.
You tell Disney what I'm talking about.
Hang on,
I don't get it. It doesn't work for me.
Hang on,
but anyway,
just did a pen. Hang on. Text Kathleen. So formal here. Text Kathy and tell her to get her shit sorted out. Love, Carl. Okay, yeah, I'll send that off. I got you.
Nice, thanks.
Yeah,
cool. So, did you watch the intro or did you skip over it?
No, I always watch all of it.
Yeah. So, did you notice something about that? The intro was different.
Like the recap?
No, the intro.
Or no, the actual. Oh no, I didn't.
The title page.
No, I didn't.
It was different. It was. Oh. It was. You know what we were talking about at the beginning? How it was like quiet. We originally thought there was no music, and then we kind of
was it visually different or just quiet, musically different?
It was musically different. It was the same title card, but the music had that kind of epic sounding score that we were hoping and wanting.
Yeah, and I watch Star Wars. I watch all my Star Wars things with the volume all the way off, so I wouldn't have.
Anyway, so it's got me curious. Like, it was noticeably different, and the reason I watched it is because I had read something that I think it happened last episode, but I had skipped it. But I wonder if it's been slightly changing every episode and slowly building, kind of the way the rebels are kind of slowly building.
That's an interesting theory.
I haven't done it yet. I think I might go back and just watch the intro from each episode to see how much it changes. Like if it's just a drastic change within the last episode or two, or if it's like a slowly adding some new instrumental element each time.
Well, I'm not going to do that. So report back and let me know what you discover.
Will do. Cool.
Will do. All right. Let's start with Cassian or Keef or Clem or whatever you want to call
I was thinking we end with him.
Why?
The episode starts with Miro. I would.
All right. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Let's start with
rearrange all of my. Hang on. Yeah. Okay.
Just hit that button in your Excel spreadsheet to reorder it. Shouldn't take you long.
All right. And remember that Carl is the boss of me. Okay, let's go. I got this.
So, So the episode starts with Miro interrogating Bix.
Yeah, whatever you say next better be like you have fought for this. So this better start so damn hard and so like you better knock my socks off with whatever you're about to say. All right.
How did you feel about Lieutenant Miro in the first few episodes?
I said for a while she's been one of my favorite characters. And a plot point that I've been probably more interested in than anything else.
Yeah. Would you say you were kind of rooting for her?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was strangely rooting for her because I was like, you're a bad guy and you want everything that I don't want, but I want you to succeed because you are sort of an imperial underdog. And how did you feel? We can't help but root for the underdog.
How do you feel about her now after this episode?
Yeah. I mean, she's definitely seeming less personable. She's not really. I think now here's the problem. We can't help but root for the underdog. She's not really an underdog anymore. Like with each episode, the more she succeeds in what I wanted her to succeed in, the less I like her, and the less she is that relatable underdog that we all want to root for.
Yeah, and I would say it's not that I am not rooting for. Like I actively like the things she does in this episode make me like cringe. Like, oh my God, like you're a vicious woman. You are brutal.
I don't think she was
cutthroat.
She wasn't held enough as a baby, that's for sure.
Yeah. And apparently like I read an interview article where she was interviewed, and apparently like this is the emotions that we're supposed like bravo, because this is exactly what's happening with me emotionally with her character. So great acting and writing, but like this is how we're supposed to feel about Lieutenant Miro and her character.
Yeah, well, it's working.
We're supposed to root for her, and then we're supposed to despise her by the end.
Yeah. You know what? That's in an
interview, she said, "You're not going to like my character by the end of this. You're going to start liking her, then you're not going to like her."
I mean, it's such a roller coaster because in some ways I'm like, I was in love with Luthen when this whole thing started, and I wouldn't say I've ever been against him, but I've certainly become lukewarm at times. Yeah. And same with Cyril, right? That's been a bit of a roller coaster where you're like, oh yeah, go get him. Oh no, you're a douche. And like, it's just, it's kind of like this, it's this roller coaster of like, outside of Cassian, I'm like, I don't really know who I like in this show and who I don't.
Yeah. So Bix has become terrifying. Like not Bix, Miro. Miro's interrogation of Bix right out the gate. It's like, it's not like the character's flipped on a coin. It's like it's been slowly
gradual.
Revealing those true colors are starting to bleed through even more than before.
Yeah.
Like we saw a bit of it last week. We're seeing even more of it now.
Yeah, it's definitely been gradual though.
Yeah. Like, and that that whole torture scene was crazy. Like the sound, the Empire wiped out in a genocidally, I don't know what the word would be for that. They wiped out an entire species. Right. They realized the cries of this species dying was uncomfortable for people. And then they realized the cries of their children, their babies, was even more excruciating for people to hear. They recorded it, they tweaked it, and now they're using it as torture to get information from people.
I mean, that's just good. That's just good interrogating tactics.
Oh, that's so messed up.
Yeah, good for them.
So messed up. Yeah. And that's not the only messed up thing about this episode.
No.
It's so crazy. The Empire is just like flat out, it's led by a Sith Lord, so it's not, it's not
surprising.
It's not surprising.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, that's so brutal.
Can I hit you with a hot take that I'm not going to explain until later in the episode, but I'll just kind of like put the worm out there? This is the first episode where, what is this, episode 9?
Yep.
This is the first episode where, like, each week the episode ends, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to, ready to see what happens next. Mm-hmm. This is the first episode that ends, and I'm like, oh man, I am jacked. I am ready. I am so excited for what's coming. Yeah. Anyways, we'll explain that later. Cool. But I just wanted to dangle that worm in your eggnog.
So, so we get this crazy Miro interrogation. Following Miro later, she goes back to Coruscant. She runs into Cyril, who apparently is obsessed with her now. He's like stalker syndrome going on.
Yeah, he's going to ask her to prom for sure. She'll say no.
For sure. Or worse, like oh man, he's gotten really creepy. He's gone from like obsessive compulsive about rules to obsessive compulsive about rules and Miro.
He's
going to do something. I hope my theory about him is still true, where he becomes an Imperial agent of some kind.
I think this episode confirmed that.
I feel like it could swing another way, and he could do something absolutely crazy.
Maybe.
And get himself in a lot of trouble and get himself killed and or something. Try and kill a bunch of other people in the name of the Empire.
He started out in this series as he's always been driven. Driven is a character trait of his that has not wavered.
No,
he's always been driven, and in the beginning, it sort of felt like he was driven in almost an inspirational way. Just like wow, like this guy is he's career focused, and he is pretty bureaucratic, and he just really, he stands up and fights for what he believes in and what he thinks is right. Now we're starting to realize, I think, that he is driven in a scary way, in a cutthroat way, but in a willing to do anything to achieve what he's driven to achieve kind of way. And that can be scary.
Yeah. Yeah, which is why it could swing his character could swing the other way, where he does something kind of illegal or whatever in the name of the Empire, something horrible in the name of the Empire, but he's not doing it.
Or
because he's an Imperial officer.
We could reach a point where, like right now, he's driven, and I kind of wonder, is he driven and his motivation and his allegiance is the Empire? or is he driven and the so far his drive has aligned with the Empire? Like, is he going to reach a point?
He believes in rules and order,
yeah,
and he sees the Empire as the antithesis of that.
Yeah. Is there going to come a point where the Empire gets in his way and is no longer, is no longer convenient for him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
What next?
So Miro, they got a lot out of the. Yeah, they got a lot out of out of Bix in terms of information, and then they find out that they've captured, somebody's used the Star Path unit that was stolen, that Andor had stole in the first episode, and that they've captured a pilot using it, and apparently this pilot was trying to meet with one of the rebel cell leaders that Luthen had mentioned in the last episode. Luthen met with Saul Gerrera trying to get help for another rebel cell, and it's that rebel cell's leader that this pilot was working for or working with.
Mm-hmm.
So some interesting stuff there with Luthen coordinating other cells, and potentially could end up, because now they've decided to lay a trap for the rebels, this rebel cell that Luthen is connected with, and Luthen could end up being captured not because of Andor, but because of a different cell entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, the plot is thickening.
Mm-hmm. We get a bit of Mon Mothma this episode again.
Yeah, I would say a little more than a bit.
Yeah. We get her in the Senate.
She's in some potential, she's got some loose ends that might cause some issues for her.
Yeah, people don't like her in the Senate. She gets openly booed and people denying her. And then we get, which is interesting. I mean, something I think we already kind of knew. So that, I don't think that scene added a whole lot. But the real interesting thing to the Mothma story was we find out she's related to Val.
Not just related.
She's a cousin.
Yeah, like closely related.
Yeah, which is really, it's like, wow, did not see that one coming.
No, but it was like a fun, it wasn't, there was two ways that could have gone. It could have been like, really? Like, that seems like a stretch. But no, it was like, ooh, this adds, it adds a whole new dynamic between Mon Mothma and Luthen.
Yeah. It also makes Cinta's words from last episode hit home a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
Because Cinta said, no, I'm staying here. You have to go. Oh, and Val was like, well, what's your story going to be? Oh, I'm a rich girl running away from her life.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what Val's been doing. And that's why it kind of hit Val hard.
Yeah. And she's been told you need to kind of schmooze with the schmoozies for a while because you haven't been doing a good job at keeping up appearances.
Yeah. Mothma's trying to help her keep her cover.
Yeah.
Encourage her to play royalty again.
Yeah, it sounds tough, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You need to spend a while and bask in the money that you have.
Yeah. Like every once in a while in like North America, we throw out jokes about first world problems. Well, this is like first world 1%er problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I have to take a cruise on my private yacht and be fed, not have to use the fork and knife because people will feed me.
Yeah, that sounds gross to me. Some things about rich life, I'm just like, no, I want to do that myself. I'll wipe my own butt. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get some more. Mothma meets with Tay, and she apparently has to, now the Imperial arm has come down hard on the bankers of the galaxy. to the point where if she wants money, she's got to meet with a thug, a goon, a gangster.
Someone she doesn't want to be in business with or associated with.
And someone I don't think we know of. I didn't recognize
it.
So it's a potential new character to the franchise. It'll be interesting to see
Star Wars actually expanding the universe.
If you watch the animated stuff, it does it all the time, and it's really cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I know.
Yeah,
animated is second tier Star Wars, though, as far as like the story goes.
Oh, it's not though. Oh, it's not.
Oh, I'm not saying in quality. I'm not saying in quality. I'm saying in like it's solid quality. I'm just saying like as far as like your actual. Yes, well, it's canon, but it feels like sub-canon because most people aren't going to see that. They're just going to see, like, even to an extent, these live action shows are sort of sub-canon because
the live action shows,
the cinematic Star Wars experiences.
The live action shows, especially like Mandalorian season 1 and 2, especially season 2, really dig into some of that canon though. Like if you've watched Clone Wars and Rebels, and then you watch The Mandalorian season 2, especially, you're like on the edge of your seat, and you're like, oh my god, that's that. Oh, that because it's Dave Filoni working it, right? And Dave Filoni loves these characters, and he's working them into his stories, and it just makes them that much better. Because it makes the world feel lived in. Like these are people with common goals, fight, and they're not a large faction of people, so that they should be interacting with each other more on a more regular basis. Anyway, let's get on to the real meat of this episode and the jail scenes. The beginning.
Andor is very clear at this point, his intentions.
He wants to break out.
He's ready.
He's definitely made friends.
And he doesn't care who knows it.
He's made friends. He's confident that the Imperials don't give a damn about people on the floor as long as they're doing their job. To the point where, as the episode says, nobody's listening. And he says it a couple times. Like, nobody's listening. They don't care. As long as we're working. Yeah. And he's definitely they're figuring him and whoever else is helping him, they're figuring out like guard rotations, and they're figuring out that the catwalk around the room isn't electrified because those guards that are on it aren't wearing boots. And he's hacking away at something in the bathroom. Yeah. So they're working away. He's plotting. A plan is coming together.
Yeah, whatever he's hacking away at in the bathroom, I was like, I don't know. I get that he was in a rush to close it up, but it was also like, oh, you left like a little bit of a gap, and there's starting to be some wear and tear on that panel from where you've been opening it. Like,
right.
This doesn't seem as discreet as it maybe should be.
But the guards don't care. How often do you think the guards actually go down there?
Oh,
check out the bathroom.
There's prisoners cleaning those bathrooms for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're starting to figure things out, and then something crazy happens. There's a blackout in the prison. This weird, never before thing happens. And it's throwing everybody off.
Yep.
So, yeah, and
they're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. They're using their
hand signs. They're saying something's happening on the second floor. Andy Serkis's character Kino's just like, everything's fine. Get in line. Straighten up. No, there's something's happened. And
Well, because Andy Serkis's character trusts the system.
he is trusting the system. He thinks
Yeah.
the system, because he's only got he's got less than a year. He's got 100 something days left.
Yeah. He doesn't want to botch this up. His freedom is within sight, and he is not going to let anything jeopardize that.
And then they eventually find out that through the hand signs that the entire crew, night, day shift, everybody that's on floor 2 has been electrified. And that is why the power went out.
Not just electrified, but like killed.
Killed, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all dead. It was such a draw on the power of the prison that there was a small blackout. That's how efficiently they wanted these people dead. They wanted them dead. And we don't find out why. And that's the big question for the rest of the episode. Why did this happen? They don't know why. Nobody knows why. Kino's it doesn't matter why. Get back in line. And as this is all happening throughout the episode, they're trying to figure this out. Poor old Olaf isn't doing well.
No, and you know what? When this episode started, I pretty much guessed his fate. And I was pretty heartbroken throughout the majority of the episode.
Yeah, from scene 1 of this episode, he wasn't looking well. And yeah. They try and keep him going. They try and hide him so they don't get in trouble. Andor tries to cover for his slowness on the line. But it's not enough. And as they're making their way back to the bunks, he passes out, essentially.
Yeah, has a stroke.
Yeah. And they bring in a medic who's a prisoner. Even the medics are prisoners.
It's the whole thing's automated, man. It's just supposed to just take care of itself.
Yeah, this is crazy. And this is where the big reveal comes. We get confirmation that the whole second floor dies. And
yeah,
not only that,
I think it's important up until this point to say that Andor has been consistently asking Andy Serkis's character,
right? How many guards?
He's trying to get he's trying to rope Andy Serkis's character in to his escapade.
Yeah. As the head of the floor, he's got the most information out of any of the prisoners.
Yeah, and he's trying to get this plan together and figure out what is feasible and what isn't. And so, yeah, he keeps asking, how many guards are there on each floor? How many guards on each floor?
Up to this point,
Andy Serkis has
ball.
No. I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to help you. You need to shut up and you need to
do your job.
Yourself
you'll get out of here. Because he's like you said, he's confident the system will work. You play your part, you do your job, you'll get out. But then our medic doctor, our medic prisoner, drops the big truth bomb on both of them. Somebody on the second floor was transferred there from another floor after finishing their sentence. The rest of the floor found out and they killed them all.
Yep. So you don't actually leave. You just get transferred to a different floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which how did that not get out before? Because you would think that people had been like, "Hey, this is my third floor."
They used to get out.
Oh, right. This is
the
just
doctor specifically says
Aldhani.
Not anymore. It doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
This is the first time it's happened. Somebody finished their sentence and they transferred them instead of releasing them because the Empire, after what's happened, does not release prisoners.
This is it, which adds another layer because this is just one more thing that is Andor's fault.
Yeah.
Is a result of Aldhani.
Yeah. Which you could label it as Andor's fault, but it was going to happen whether Andor was there or not.
Oh, for sure. No, but he's feeling blame.
But
he'll feel blame though.
Yeah. So it's it just adds like I was saying earlier, like the Empire is so freaking cruel. Like we get that torture thing at the beginning, and now this truth bomb. What? Like just wiping out an entire floor because, as Andor says, we're cheaper than droids and more expendable. Like, wow. Just
yeah,
and it's crazy.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so after they discover this is the moment that for me elevated this as the biggest cliffhanger, the best.
Yeah.
Tease,
and Andy Serkis's acting here is so on point.
Oh yeah.
Like
and
you
so
can see the shift in his thought process, in his ideology.
Yeah. So as they're walking away, Andor says again, how many guards on each floor? And Andy Serkis takes a second as they're walking. He like pauses for a second and then says, never more than 12.
Yeah, so good.
And it was just like, okay, now we're playing ball. Now
we can
shit's about
really
to go
make
down.
Progress in a plan.
And Andy Serkis is going to be pivotal in that. He is going to help this prison break. And I was just like, oh, give me more.
Yeah, it's good.
So that's basically the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was this a win or a fail for you, dare I ask?
Yeah, I think this was a win. Overall, I can't get over the short scenes jumping stuff.
Which I think you're exaggerating. But
I don't feel like somebody in the make comments, send messages to the movie man. Somebody else has got to be on board with me here. I can't be the only one that finds it distracting.
You're pandering for support
an ally.
right now?
Somebody ally with me in this.
You're pandering for support?
Yes. I need to know. I feel like I'm crazy now because like you're the only one I'm really talking to about this show right now. And you don't see a problem with it. It doesn't bother you. So I feel
not at all.
I feel crazy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the only one. Please tell me I'm not the only one.
It's good to be self-aware.
Outside of that, it's fun. I am enjoying it.
Yeah.
This episode definitely continued to build off the last one. Did a great job kind of building that tension in the jail and people being captive in different formats. So yeah, it was a win for me. And how about you?
This may be the biggest win I've had.
Really?
Yeah.
More than the heist.
More than the heist. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't. The heist was not I enjoyed it, but the heist was never an episode that I was super hot on.
The heist still has top notch for me in terms of episode placement.
Yeah.
We'll see this breakout feeling. The build up for this breakout is way better than the build up for the heist episode. Like I feel like if you were to compare the episodes building up to the apex, I feel like this tension build up is way better than the planning episodes.
Right. Yeah.
So
I
think the heist is going to be, or the escape is going to be the best episode of the series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of the season.
All right, sir. Wrap up this episode.
Thank you for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to more of our stuff. We have you got Pete and Brady, the A-team, doing their thing. You can vote on stuff for what they do when they do that kind of thing. There's the movie news. Listen to that. You could like, follow, share, subscribe, all the social media stuff. We have merch. Go check out the merch. Comment. Tell us what you think. Tell me that I'm not alone in thinking that the way this show is being edited isn't distracting. Or tell me that I am all alone. I don't care. If I'm all alone, then I'll die on this hill because it's damn distracting for me. Anyway, yeah. Did I miss anything? Did I miss something?
No, that was really horrible, but I loved it.
Ah, beautiful. Excellent.